President Tinubu was set to travel to the United States, but plans changed. Instead of a direct Washington visit, the focus shifted to attending the G20 leaders meeting in South Africa. That pivot matters because the G20 is a big stage where many world leaders gather in one place. If you want a clear picture of why this matters for Nigeria, listen closely. Like this video and subscribe now so you don't miss the updates. Share and comment your thoughts. I read them all. Leaders often use summits like the G20 to handle several talks in one trip. It saves time and avoids back and forth flights. For Nigeria, being at the G20 would give President Tinubu a chance to meet many leaders in the same place, including representatives from the United States, whether that's the president or other top officials. This could make it easier to talk about urgent matters like security, trade, and diplomatic concerns. If you're following this story, hit the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. There's a lot at stake. Nigeria faces serious security problems that affect daily life. Kidnappings, banditry, and terrorism in different regions. These problems hurt families, slow down investment, and make people feel unsafe. Nigeria needs support and cooperation from friendly countries to address these threats. That support can come in many forms: intelligence sharing, training for security forces, and targeted aid. A high-level meeting at a summit could start conversations that lead to such help. If you agree this matters, like and subscribe now so we can keep reporting clearly. People have been asking if President Tinubu will meet with Donald Trump. That question creates excitement because meetings with top leaders get big headlines, but a meeting is not guaranteed. Attendance at the G20 depends on who the United States sends. If the US president attends, a face-to-face could happen. If not, the US might send other senior officials who can still hold important talks. Either way, conversations can take place. They might happen with the US president, the vice president, or other high-level representatives. Keep watching, subscribe, and tap the bell so you get every update as it comes. Why would the presidency choose the G20 route? First, it is practical. Leaders can meet in the margins of a summit without scheduling separate bilateral trips. Second, the G20 brings global attention. Conversations there are often followed by other nations and by international media. Third, multilateral meetings sometimes make it easier to get regional or global support for national problems. For example, if Nigeria seeks help against an armed group, a G20 platform can highlight the issue to several potential partners at once. If this is an important point to you, like this video and subscribe for more explanations. Now, let's talk about messaging and expectations. When officials say a trip is postponed or aborted, it can mean many things. It may be a careful diplomatic move to wait for a better window of opportunity. It can also be a result of timing, logistics, or security planning. For citizens, the main question is clear. Will these talks produce real results? Big meetings can be symbolic, but what matters most is follow-up. Will there be clear commitments? Will there be timelines and measurable support for Nigeria? Those are the questions that should guide public expectation. If you want updates that focus on outcomes, subscribe and ring the bell now. Let's be practical about what could come from a meeting with US officials. First, security cooperation. Nigeria might seek stronger intelligence sharing and training programs. These are practical steps that can help local forces fight insurgents and criminal networks. Second, economic cooperation. Talks could include investment plans, trade opportunities, and support for reforms that attract foreign capital. Third, diplomatic coordination on regional issues. Getting partners to work together on common threats or development projects. But remember, such outcomes need sustained negotiation. Not just one meeting. If you're following this thread, like and subscribe to stay informed on the follow-up actions. Citizens should also be cautious about rumors. In today's fast-moving information environment, stories can spread quickly on social media. Some posts may claim a meeting is confirmed when it is not. It's important to watch official channels for confirmations. Official statements from the presidency or from the other country's government are the best sources for accurate information. Until such statements appear, treat reports about specific meetings as possible, not certain. If this is useful, hit like and subscribe so we bring you verified updates, not rumors. What would Nigerians want as clear goals from such high-level talks? First, concrete security assistance. People want to see commitments that will make communities safer, training, equipment, and intelligence cooperation. Second, investments that create jobs and stabilize the economy. When foreign partners invest in infrastructure, manufacturing, and tech, that can create work and boost growth. Third, mutual respect in diplomacy. Fair treatment in trade, clear communication, and policies that benefit both nations. If these priorities matter to you, press like and subscribe so more people hear these points. There will be questions about whether a Tinubu Trump meeting is politically charged. Meetings between leaders can carry political weight, and they can be used by both sides to signal alignment or mutual respect. For Nigeria, the focus should be practical benefits, not politics. The public wants results that improve safety, create jobs, and strengthen institutions. Leaders can manage political optics, but citizens deserve clear outcomes. If you want a channel that focuses on outcomes over noise, like this video and subscribe. Another important angle is timing. Security challenges in Nigeria are urgent. People need help now. Diplomacy takes time, and big results often come after months of follow-up. That means Nigerians should watch for steps after a meeting. Memorandums of understanding, training schedules, or concrete investment commitments. Don't be satisfied with photos and smiles alone. Demand details. If you agree, hit like and subscribe so this conversation keeps pressure on the leaders to produce tangible results. Now let's talk about how the media covers these events. Headlines tend to favor dramatic phrasing. Meeting set, trip aborted, surprising turn. That sells. But careful reporting looks for confirmations and context. A responsible way to follow this story is to prioritize sources that quote officials and publish full statements. Treat social posts with caution until they are confirmed. If you want reliable summaries that cut through dramatic headlines, like this video and subscribe. People will also want to know what this means for day-to-day life. Short term, not much will change immediately in your town simply because a president changed travel plans. Long term, if diplomacy leads to better security cooperation or new investments that can affect jobs, markets, and safety. These changes require time and steady policy work. Always ask, who benefits and how soon? If you want updates focused on real-life impacts, press like and subscribe. Some will ask, why is a meeting with the US so important? The United States is a major global power with resources, technology, and diplomatic influence. A working relationship can open doors to training, funding, and international platforms that help tackle security and economic problems. But no single partner can fix everything. Nigeria must also build its own capacity and work with regional neighbors. Effective diplomacy creates partnerships, not dependence. If you want more balanced discussion like this, like and subscribe. Let's address trust and transparency. People are right to ask for transparency when government leaders travel or negotiate. Diplomatic talks should include clear objectives communicated to citizens. If a meeting produces new agreements, the public should see the details, the scope, the timelines, and the responsibilities of each side. That builds trust. If officials are vague, it fuels suspicion. So, demand clear public reporting and accountability. If you value transparency, hit like and subscribe. There's also the international optics. When a president visits a summit or another country, it signals priorities. Attending the G20 shows engagement with global partners. Skipping a direct Washington visit does not necessarily mean a weaker relationship. It can be strategic. What matters most is the substance of follow-up. If the G20 becomes the setting for effective talks and results, that is what counts. If you care about practical diplomacy, like and subscribe. Now, how should citizens respond? First, stay informed from trusted sources. Second, ask your elected leaders to publish clear objectives and follow-up plans. Third, engage in public debate. Good questions in town halls and on social media can push for concrete action. Demand specifics, timelines, measurable goals, and accountability. If you want more guidance on civic engagement, like and subscribe, and leave a comment with the questions you want asked. Let's talk about a realistic timeline. If talks start at the G20, expect initial statements or joint communiques soon after. Detailed plans and follow-up often take weeks or months to finalize. Training programs, equipment deliveries, or investment deals need negotiation, contracts, and budgets. So patience is necessary, but so is pressure. Citizens and the media must track progress and hold leaders accountable. If you want regular updates, like and subscribe.